made me very happy. We didn't see too many of them. But actually, the MPL circles are always dubbed the West ones, right? I remember those.
Well, it was kind of like that Southwest area,
yeah,
you know, where you had a section of it that was outside over that big like wall over towards the west. We feel like we're going through like the PCS circle or PCS circles are going to be the, I guess, that Crater Fields area.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of them kind of end up on that side. Again, not highly likely with this plane path, but we've seen crazy things happen there. Interesting to see Reno and Finna actually hopping out onto the prism. That's an early drop. Whether or not that's ever seen in game go without a death in comp PUBG. And I'm sure somebody in chat will know what that is. There's usually somebody that corrects us when we say something wrong. But if anybody does know, let us know, because I was desperately trying to remember it, because that's something worth noting, because we've had a couple of really passive starts.
This is we've seen Livid move in aggressively into Monte Nuevo. So with this, Disciple did get spotted out. A little bit of an exchange. 64 up in a strong position. I really like the high ground spot, but Caden is not going to let that fly. Nice reposition coming out from Broke status. Steps up, takes a couple of shots, gets the quick flush onto it. So we do have our first casualty being Caden. Now it's all about how we see the reaction coming out from Livid. Usually we see Caden play that back position, really being the defender for the rest of these teams whenever the res comes out. Now we see 64 up with that nice line roll, but the problem with it is everybody else from 64 up is in a lot more of an aggressive position that they can play. Why I say that is it looks like everybody on 64 up has decided, nope, this might just be a little bit too contested. We got our kill. Let's just separate out away from this. We don't want to have any more to do.
They're trying to chow in the middle of the road. I'm surprising he didn't go down there. They have full LOS on that. I think all three members of Livid.
Yeah.
At least two of them were shooting back. But,
I'm now going to go ahead and be taking this fight out inside the blue. And this is almost where I feel 64 up plays best. Whenever they're kind of caught out in this situation, they've got their backs. No big surprise. We see that happen quite a bit, specifically on these circles. One thing to note. Oh, grenade coming down. Shots now do stop right out in front of it. Somehow juking through this. William almost goes down from good play coming out from Luke. But it's going to be a quick flush to turn that back around, and William knows that he is lucky, but shoot to kill. Now coming up, trying to get a little bit of vengeance, and that's a good play coming out from Civ to at least get a touch of vengeance back for his teammate.
try and get some damage down. I mean, it's miraculous that Luke survived as long as he did, to be honest with you there, Matt.
Yeah, I was astounded. I thought he was as good as dead several different times inside of that. We do have Wildcard that's starting to make their push down next to the Hardships, who's already got a 2-2 split that could pop off in their favor if they can hit these shots as they approach. Two different firing lines should be absolutely huge as Pentalol and Sharpshot have to pull out at the last second to regroup back towards the north. Now we've got a little bit of latecomers that are coming back behind this. Livid has managed to make their push over into this. Liberate does get a line of sight back over towards Honey Badger, but I like the control. Slow and steady, get your vehicles inside the garage, keep them safe. Nice controlled situation. Most of the teams are managing to make their way inside. We just have a couple of little stop gaps out towards the eastern part of the circle, but this 2-2 split coming up from Hardships is really letting them put out a lot of damage from this position. You can see that we do see Monty go down. We're going to have to come over here. Easy res should come. Like one of them's always blaring their music and the other one's always letting their trees get in the other person's yard. Just all kinds of angry stuff. But that's another down for Shoot to Kill. We talked about the fact that they need to have a big day-to-day to catch it back up to the Sonics. Now, they've already lost one member in Luke 12 in that rotation. Alo is going to go ahead and get flushed as well. So this is starting to turn pretty bad for our Shoot to Kill boys. But we know they can play with two members and do a lot of safety rescues for points as they need them. Back over towards the center, it's going to be take up more territory than we normally see. But the risk comes into play. If somebody opts into making a push back over this direction, 4-man squad running into a 2-man squad, never going to work out. Well, I can't say never. Sometimes these guys can pull off a miracle play, but 64 up starting to make a little bit of a rotation in. A lot of our teams back over to the west starting to find a little bit of trouble as T8 looks like it's trying to figure out how it wants to go up that hillside in the safest way possible. On the other side of this, though, Beams, the other side of T8, making a push back over to where it looks like they might be able to find themselves a safe point. All right, so back over towards the north. It's getting a little bit messy, but the 64 up fight is what I was wanting to see. Keep in mind, these guys have been fighting for a while, and it looks like it's not going to go favorably as Houston Hardships were already running this position. Grenade's going to get tossed right down towards the positioning for that, but Luke's still playing the high ground back behind it. The other three members holding down the complex, but it's going to be Dodge raining down bullets onto him, forcing him to have to retreat away from this. That could give the opportunity for 64 up to move into the complex and make this a full enclosed fight. Hard shifts look like they're prepping for the breach, moving to defensive positions. I think that they're firmly aware of what could be happening to them right now. Slowly trying to get a little bit more timeout. Broke status does have a little bit of safety for now. No third-party shots coming their way, but they know they have enemies as, oh no, that's going to be a Molotov landing right on top of them. It's going to be a lot of damage, but narrowly you can see Broken Status crawling up on top of this, getting a little bit more positioning, and Hard Shifts have decided, hey, you're going to breach us? Screw that. We're going to breach you instead. Now just raining down every single type of throwable they can throw into 64 up's position. Third-party shots now forcing them to retreat out of that point. Going to have to stop for just a second. Tony V, looks like he's opting towards the vehicle, does spot out one of the members of Shoot to Kill, going to be taking shots to the backside of him, doesn't get the down immediately, but both members of Shoot to Kill now firmly aware of Tony V's positioning. Civ says no thank you, but Wooly runs up the other side. Duel gets eliminated in 16th from a valiant defense coming up from a Shoot to Kill. I cannot believe that they managed to get that. Circle moves back over towards our north. Not even close to being safe yet. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of a fight going on between the Hard Shifts, finally deciding to make the push back over towards 64 up, and they do get control of that, as our 15th team to be eliminated is going to be 64 up. Oath opted into playing the other side of this hill. Now a little bit more safety out from Livid, who's decided to move as well, but Liberate gets some nice shots. Ice Tech has the angle back over towards Wolf. We've seen Wolf be a big component of what Oath has been trying to do on their good games, so seeing him go down in early could be slightly problematic for that team.
Yeah, and I'm back now. Sorry about that, Matt. Did have some technical issues there. You actually carried through really well. Congrats to you. So apologies about that, but do see a couple of scrappy fights, as you were saying, just outside the circle. All these guys do have to move. Oath actually going to pick up a kill and actually move in. We do actually have Exo and Dodge down here at the other side of Colors. I'm not sure.
Shoot to Kill going after that duel fight just a second ago. I should say duel going after Shoot to Kill does give a lot of control over the West towards Shoot to Kill's positioning.
Yeah, and it's a situation now where nobody really in that compound can do anything because there's two other teams that are going to be able to pressure them. Switching actually the east side here, we do have Fabled and Aetherius as well, kind of encroaching on each other. Fabled have got a good split hold on this compound, actually. I'm not sure if Aetherius are going to have much of a slice of the circle to play once this one closes, but both teams still with 4 up, so not really expecting anything crazy. Nobody has to take the fight round now. Styles actually sends some shots over towards Tactical 8. Beam's actually going to hop into the Marauder, but he's actually going to get knocked by Tanaka, actually from Fable inside the compound. Unfortunately, Styles can't steal that one away. Now you can see the send from Tactical 8 through the field. I guess they're going to try and play the backside of this ridge.
Oh, at this point, almost everything is dangerous. Maybe if they stop around those trees, I think that the car is starting to get a little bit too much damage. It's going to force them to stop from that. Just drops out 1 from this position, so instead looks like they're just trying to save the vehicle if they can. Grizzly takes a little bit of damage and might want to give that vehicle a little bit more breathing space as he is huddled up pretty close to it, and that could be dangerous given how close it is to exploding. Just waiting for it. Yeah, I was going to say, sooner or later that one's going to happen. Grizzly goes down, and then there was 1 up and alive for T8. And it's going to be the last one. Steezy at least in a good point towards the center of the circle, but he is all by his lonesome. Aetherius says, nope, we don't want to hang around this position. We have an idea, but the problem is it's pretty similar to the same one we just saw a second ago from T8. They just jump out of the vehicle, run back over towards the dip, already have 1 down.
It's actually Oath that picked that knock up onto Darth, so Fabled coming out, trying to put some damage.
Safety anchor coming out here to try to catch Fabled as they make their rotation. Got a couple of smokes down. Is he still going to have vision as the rotation comes through? A couple of shots coming from the other side of that's going to be ATC, but no. Really, it's just a third-party Fiesta coming back over towards Fabled. They do find a hillside to give them a little bit more breathing room, though, and Lister did go down for all of his troubles just a second ago, I believe. So we can see Fabled now has pretty decent sight line back over towards the section of the map that's pretty open. Not a lot of teams are even holding down those points, but Exodus looks like they lost one of their members. Dodge still just playing off of it, and you can see Molotovs in these close-range skirmishes where everybody's holding down a building and the neighbors with each other. Big problem for teams.
Yes, as we got Uncivil making it all the way into the concrete here. 3 strong Livid pushing on him. He is upstairs inside. So pretty good position to hold. Again, it's very hard to push into these buildings just because of the way the staircases work. But Livid actually going to try and cross pass. Actually, Uncivil going to get a knock with a Molotov onto Soup.
Nice
actually
shots.
get a
Go ahead and
second
finish that
knock.
out.
Disciple's going to fall as well. Keenan does steal Soup away, but there's 2 knocks for the same molly there.
Yeah, I mean, big play coming up from that, trying to get the res back over. Naturally, Shoot to Kill doesn't know how many members are up for this position. Instead, they're playing this very, very patiently, waiting to see if any type of play comes through. Jumps down from 1 point. They're going to get the res up, but it has to get back into the safe zone. Disciple goes back down. Relay can still go for the res back into this point, but that's going to be problematic. As well as you can see, Hella does go down to the blue zone as well. Shoot to Kill has themselves a point that they have to worry about back behind them as the circle has shifted back over towards our Solo's way. As Steezy still holding down that point.
Just more
Molotovs
molly damage coming in again.
Yes.
Relay stuck inside the corner.
Give
He's
it
gonna
to
bleed
me.
out. Oh my
Molotov
god.
deaths. I love them.
STK throwables. Love to see it.
I love to see there's something about it. Just the panic as you see people start to run around like, what do I do? What do I do? There's nothing you can do. The fire comes for your souls. All right. We've seen a lot going back down towards the south of where the hardships are playing. They've got a couple of unlikely neighbors in Dodge and Exodus. Well, Exodus looks like they might be evaluating the properties across the street now, seeing if it has maybe a better school district or something. They might opt in, make them push over the side of it, but first they've got to deal with Dodge back behind them. Good peek coming out from Pat. Quick lean over to the side, trying to go for the flush onto it. Does manage to get it. Now he has to figure out, what does he do? There's been a little bit of back and forth kills going between these squads. Poonage looks like he has a plan. Stepping out onto this, has to be careful of the throwables going through. Dodge, Exodus, both stalling each other. Hardships just waiting to see if the move comes through. Meanwhile, back behind this, you can see Oath trying to make the push back over to where Aetherius made their run to, and they're not going to allow that to happen, as it's going to be J-Sank getting that last tap shot back over towards it. Problem is, now everything is starting to clear up around Hardshift, so they just have to focus their attention across the street.
It's actually Exodus buying themselves a lot of time here. Dodge do have the man advantage, but not seeming to force the issue here. Poonage actually lurking inside that smoke. He's taking a lot of damage from elsewhere. The shots coming in from Aetherius. He's actually going to get picked up by Crop there on the outside of the wall. Patcap still inside. Going to try and get this damage on. He does get the headshot onto Crop. Will get him down, but there you go. Monty comes with a trade.
Tries to get it through, but it's going to be Dodge walking away with 6 kills. Should be able to get the res. That's nice for now, but you still have the task in front of you of trying to get across the road, and now in a weakens down. Seeing the shots come through, lots of smoke down coming out for Dodge right now. They've got to make a dangerous push across. Tries to open up a little bit of a path, but Monty goes down. Crop goes down. Reno's already ate a face full of bullets. Not a lot of options to work with. Knows the Blues coming in. Tries to go valiant shots back towards the Hardshifts, but the Hardshifts hold the line.
Yeah, this compound proving to be well, I guess there's 3 teams now that have died between the 2 sets. But Hardships being the ones to come out on top of that curtain. Actually, the pressure coming in from any trolls in chat from behind could be a problem for Wildcard. You see Penta stuck down by a rock. He's only got a smoke to play behind. Keenan's actually going to get spotted out. Uncivil does get a knock onto the compound. Actually, it's J-Sank playing anchor back of the compound that goes down. Kurt now needs to pick up and try and get something, but he can't. There you go. Chuba will land the killing blow to SDK. That puts them out in 7th place.
All right, and then there were 15 alive, 6 teams active. A couple of teams trying to make the push back over. ATC still holding back over towards the north. A lot of control coming out from them. Back down towards the south. It is just a back and forth fight, as now Steezy, I believe, has been spotted out, trying to make sure that he can get some type of shot. Aetherius is starting to make a little bit more of an aggressive play back up towards ATC's position.
There you go. Maluk will spot out Steezy, but Mardonis does have a beat on where Hardships are. Doesn't land any of those SK shots initially, but maybe trying to reposition to the north will get him a good angle. ATC now just in a dominant position on this high ground. You can see they put a lot of pressure onto Wildcard. They have managed to keep 3 up on Wildcard, though, so it does come down to the end game. But they're all focused
back over towards Wildcard. Look, they're losing the foothills as everybody's moving forward. It's the Hardshifts that are protecting more than themselves. With this, though, they do at least manage to force Wildcard away. Now Wildcard's going to be flanking back around to this point where we're going to see Hardships playing at. They might even walk up the moment the res is coming through. Pentawall starting to peek up, realizing this could be the opportunity. Going to go ahead and prep up the grenade, and this should be an easy peasy toss right down into the face of the Hardshift. Bounce going to land right on top of him. The Luke goes down, and a quick shot comes out as Wildcard goes ahead and clears out the Hardshifts.
Yeah, and actually Sharpshot getting a knock uphill onto Darth as well. Jazz has gone down way over on that flank, and actually Sharpshot's going to get it confirmed as well onto Darth. So another player doing good work with the K9 this game. It wasn't just Uncivil. Now Jazz are definitely going to bleed out here. Sharpshot's still looking for the pressure up onto. He does actually land that one onto Masterlex, so doing some good damage. Wildcard in a decent position if they can find a ridge just inside the circle here, man.
Commit to it could be the moment that a team ends up on top of him. And that means everything's being forced back over towards Keenan, trying to get some type of play.
Keenan.
He goes down. There's just nothing for Wildcard to do, as now the shots are going to rain in from the other side. And any trolls in chat makes 8 kills in a round victory.
Yeah, fantastic work from them again.